I'm assigning these quarters to a loose kid. Sit down, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir.
These foreign agents got you rather badly, eh?
I'm here. That's enough. The burns will heal quickly.
And your formula?
The only record of it now is here.
That puts an even higher price on your head. Your theory for vapor fuel is something that any country give a mighty high price for. And their agents would use any means to get it.
So I found out.
These quarters are comfortably near the gun turret. Anybody that wants you badly enough will have to blow up the ship.
Well, that's a comforting thought. I'll stick close to these quarters.
Yes, do that, Carrington. Now, don't take any chances until you've delivered that formula to the department.
That's right, sir.
Oh, by the way, I'll have the ship's doctor look at that hand.
That won't be necessary. It's healing very nicely.
Well, the sooner you finish your tests and have them recorded, the safer you'll be. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Blundering fool, how could you leave that place without getting those papers?
Oh, but, boss, the whole joint was up in flames. I searched as long as I could.
I sent you there to get that formula, not to start a fire.
But I couldn't help it, boss. He was right in the middle of mixing some of that phony material when we surprised him. It must have started by itself. I didn't do it.
No matter how it happened, it was the best chance we had. I should have handled it myself. And the woman. Why does she not call?
Oh, give her time, Barrett.
Time? She is at least 2 hours late now. And how do you know she will get her note to Lieutenant Carrington?
She said she could. After all, he's not locked in a safe. It's only a cruiser.
A clever woman would have had him off that ship an hour ago.
I didn't say she was clever.
She was clever enough to get most of her money in advance.
So far, she's done better than I have done.
Until now, all I have done is put out money with no result.
The Count is here.
Wait for me in there.
How are you? I read that your first attempt to get the formula resulted in a fire.
Yes, it was most unfortunate. But we are not yet finished.
I am sailing tomorrow. I can't wait any longer.
I'll get that formula to you if I have to bring the lieutenant with it. Yes? Oh. Well, are you sure he will get your note? That is fine. Where are you telephoning from? Very good. Go back to the Blenheim Bowl as quickly as possible. Yes, yes. We will get together after we have kept our date with Lieutenant Carrington. Yes. Goodbye. I must go now. This time I will follow our plan through myself to make sure there is no mistake.
Lieutenant Carrington?
Yes?
A man handed me this note on the pier and asked me to deliver it to you personally.
This is the joint, boss. It's dead as a doornail. It'll be a cinch.
Don't be too sure. You have missed cinches before.
Not this time. If I can't handle this, little Nellie can.
Remember, Carrington is no good to us dead. Neither are you. We will drive further up the alley and wait for you.
Okay, boss. Someone?
Yes,
All right, Lieutenant. Get going. All right, boys, into the car with them.
Quickly, you fools, quickly.
Come on, boys, step up.
Hello, Harold.
Hello, Bobbie.
Say, did that daily bulletin get in yet?
Here it is. Hot off the griddle.
I see where O'Connor grabbed off that Navy case I wanted.
And you grabbed yourself a vacation.
Yeah, just what I didn't want. A vacation. Well, thanks. I'll be seeing you. I knew.
Well, I hate to see you go, Bobbie.
Knowing just like hay. Then you can go on your vacation, too.
Well, I'm not going away. I'm going to stay right here with you.
If I thought you really meant that, I'd stay.
Oh, no, you can't do that. But you can't give up your vacation.
Why not?
Well, you earned a res. Besides, the chief told me that you covered that lousy case almost as well as a man could.
What do you mean almost as well as a man could? Will you please tell me how a male detective could possibly locate a foreign agent operating in a beauty salon?
That's why you were picked for the job. You did it so well, your reward's a vacation.
I think you're glad to see me leave.
Now, what do you mean? A few days in the country will do you good. You know, trees, cows, and things.
Cows. Who wants to see cows?
All right, don't look at them. What you need's a change.
But I don't want to change.
Now, this is all very foolish, Bobbie. You come back rested and in the pink.
That's swell. But I don't intend to take a vacation.
Well, then what are we here at this station for?
That was just to get you down here.
Why?
I suppose you don't know a thing about a Navy lieutenant that's missing.
I haven't read the morning papers.
And I suppose you didn't know that I asked for the assignment and got a vacation instead.
All right, okay. I did get the assignment, but with the understanding I was to do a solo.
That's fine. Now I'll have to stay and help you.
Finding a pretty crook in a beauty parlor is child's play. This time it's an international gang we're after.
That still doesn't frighten me.
It means getting mixed up with a lot of Navy men. If your being there, it'd be a sure tip-off.
But I like Navy men.
Be reasonable. We'll give you a vacation. When you get back, we'll paint the town.
Sorry, my mind's made up. We'll pull this job together.
All right. I give in. I'll phone headquarters and get the chief's okay.
Well, that's more like it.
Got a nickel?
Mm-hmm.
Waiter. You saw that young lady who was with me?
Yes, sir.
She's a little bit off. You know. She threatened to kill me. I'm going to slip out the back way. She tries to follow. You call the police.
Going aboard the Cleveland, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, sir. But they're getting so strict the guy can't even smuggle a blonde hair on his coat sleeve aboard that ship.
What do you want to know?
Yes, sir, I do. Here comes the gig. Must be for you.
Thanks.
Mr. O'Connor?
Yes, I'm federal officer.
You have an appointment aboard the Cleveland?
Yes, Captain Leeds. Oh, I'm O'Connor, all right. Want to see my driver's license?
No, of course not. Every visitor aboard ship is getting the 3rd degree these days.
I understand.
Captain Leeds is waiting for you, sir.
Well, let's see what he wants, shall we?
Come over.
Say, you see that jig out there?
That what?
That jig, I mean jig. The funny looking thing with the bonnet on it. Can you beat that boat with this putt-putt?
What do you mean, putt-putt? Well, I can run circles around anything in the bay.
There's a $5 note that says you can't even catch up with it.
Oh, yeah? Well, hop in and I'll show you.
I'm sorry, young woman, but you can't come aboard this gig. You'll have to get run out of here.
But I can't get right out of here. I forgot my water wings.
Then we'll have to take you back to shore.
Oh, that's all right. I'm with Mr. O'Connor.
Mr. O'Connor?
She's with me now, all right. Miss Bobbie Reynolds, Ensign Drake. Afraid we'll have to make the best of it.
Just as you say, sir. But the lady can't go aboard the Cleveland.
Of course not. Not a chance in the world.
You ditched me, didn't you? You don't want me to work on this case for you.
Now, we've been all over that, Bobbie. It's not only that I don't want you to work on the case, but the chief would never permit it. You're on a vacation.
You left me sitting there in that restaurant. Said you had to phone.
Well, what else could I do? You wouldn't listen to reason. Now, listen, Bobbie, this is a Navy case. Spy stuff. It's a man's job.
Oh, a man's job. I suppose you think that just because I wear skirts, I'd be in the way. Well, let me tell you that sometimes skirts are an asset in our work.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I've never used them.
You men think that just because you wear pants, you've got an option on all the nerve there is.
Oh, no, you've got nerve, all right. I can't deny that.
Yes, and I'll use it, too. I'm going to help you on this case, whether you like it or not. Now, what do you know about that?
All right, all right. But you can't go aboard the Cleveland.
Hello there, Admiral. Don't you remember me?
Why, Miss Reynolds, how do you do? Indeed, I do remember you. Well, this is a pleasure. I'll never forget how nice you were to me at the Blenheim Bowl the other night.
We did have a grand time, didn't we? And you're a marvelous dancer, Admiral. May I come aboard the Cleveland?
Of course you may. I'd like to see anyone stop you.
Yes, so would I.
I'm just leaving for the flagship, but I know the officer of the Cleveland will be glad to entertain you. Please come aboard.
No, thanks. Now that I've gained my point, I'd just as soon stay here.
Then I'll send the officers aboard the gate.
Oh, not a bad idea.
Captain Leeds, Mr. O'Connor.
Oh, I'm very glad to know you, sir.
Thanks. I've heard a lot about you, Mr. O'Connor.
Keep an eye on Miss Reynolds, will you, Mr. Drake?
Of course, delighted.
And while you're about it, you better keep an eye on the cruisers. You might want to take it home with her. Yes, sir.
O'Connor is in the quarters of Lieutenant Dan Carrington. He's missing for the last 48 hours. Carrington invented a concentrated vapor fuel for use in airplanes.
Rather an important discovery, I'd say.
One of tremendous importance for the Navy. Half a dozen attempts were made to steal that formula. The Navy Department finally assigned him to this ship where he and his experiments will be well guarded.
What about the formula?
The written formula was destroyed in a fire. But Carrington himself is a living formula that a potential enemy government would give millions to possess.
Have you communicated with his relatives?
Yes, they couldn't tell us anything.
Have you a theory, Captain?
No.
Could you trust Carrington?
Absolutely.
Did he have any lady friends ashore?
Not that I know of. He seldom asked for shore leave. He seemed to live only for his work.
I suppose this is his mother.
Yes, and that's his sister. He's very proud of his family.
When did he leave the ship?
The night before last.
Did he apply for shore leave?
No, he didn't.
Well, he evidently left in a hurry. He forgot to take his cigarette case with him. This thing seems to have a false back. Must be some way to open it. He did have a lady friend, Captain. And her name was Anne.
I see. I suppose you always look for the woman in the case.
Why not? There's a woman in every case.
No, but really, I'm very curious. Tell me, is it true that sailors have sweethearts in every port?
Oh, I wouldn't say every port.
Oh, I see. Just every port you can get to. Is it okay if I smoke here?
Sure. Try one of mine. They satisfy. Mine are easier on the throat.
You'd walk a mile for one of these. Not a cough in a carload.
Oh, thank you.
Well, this photograph seems to be our only clue.
Do you think it's worth anything?
I'll tell you better after I've found Anne.
So her name's Anne, eh?
No, not Anne, just Anne. Pretty, isn't she?
Oh, I don't know. She could have a better nose. Say, I've seen that girl somewhere.
You sure?
Positive.
Where?
That's just it. I can't remember. I have a wonderful memory for faces, but I can never remember where I've seen them.
Thanks. You're a great help.
I'll bet she's one of the movie colonies. Look, she had makeup on when that picture was taken.
All women wear makeup.
Yes, but they don't go around wearing fake eyelashes. Look at the length of those teasers. I'll bet you got those from the full of brush man.
Should be a photographer's name on here somewhere.
Maybe it's a copy.
Here's a place where something was written or printed. It's been rubbed out with an eraser.
Why don't you let me find that girl? You could work on some other clues.
There aren't any other clues.
All right, you're clever. Find one. Oh, come on. Be a sport. Let me help you. This case is right up my alley.
Nothing doing. Nice young lady shouldn't be seen up alleys.
Thank you very much.
That's all right, Mr. O'Connor. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, Miss Reynolds.
Goodbye.
Where do we go now?
Got your car?
Sure, can I drive you anywhere?
No, I brought my car.
Well, when I meet you then.
You're not going to meet me, Bobbie. You're going back to the beach and finish your vacation.
Oh, yes? And what about you?
I'm going hunting
For Anne?
for Anne.
Let me have your baggage checked. What time's the next train leave for the Springs?
There's one due out in a few minutes. You might catch it if you hurry.
There you are.
Before I go, there's a few things I think you ought to know. In my estimation, you're nothing but
Here are your bags, sir.
Come on, no time to argue, Bobbie.
Don't mind, I'll find the train myself.
All right.
But I still want to let you know that
Bet you haven't much time, sir, if you want to catch that train.
See, Bobbie, he's more worried about you going than I am.
I'll go. But remember, I won't even send you a postcard.
Oh, now you can't be that silly.
What's more, you'll never be able to finish this case without me.
Well, if the going gets tough, I'll send for you.
Not this time, Hawkshaw. If I'm sent for, I'll finish it alone.
Wait a minute, do something for me, will you? Take good care of that. I'll want it back one of these days.
I'll mail it to you.
Don't forget.
Yes, I photographed that girl. I remember her very well. She's dancing in the Blenheim Ball.
The Blenheim Ball, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Come in. What do you want?
I'd like to speak to your partner, Miss Novna. Is this her dressing room?
Yeah. What do you want to see her about?
Suppose I explain that to her, and then she can tell you if she wants to.
Okay. Here's a man to see you.
Are you Miss Novna's maid?
I beg your pardon.
My mistake. You look so much like one. Oh. Oh, Miss Novna?
Yes,
I don't want to appear rude, but could I see you alone for a moment?
alone. Don't go. Who are you?
My name is Alan O'Connor.
Miss Reynolds. May I introduce Mr. O'Connor? Won't you sit down?
Thank you. I'm a friend of Lieutenant Dan Carrington's.
Quite a coincidence. Miss Reynolds is a friend of Lieutenant's sister.
Really?
Yes, and I'm terribly worried. Don's sister sent me a wire, and the first thing I did was to come here to see Anne, to cheer her up. You understand.
Perfectly. I hope you'll forgive my being so rude.
You must feel dreadful about this awful business. No one knowing where Don is.
Miss Novna, when did you see Don last?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. Yes, you are. The night he disappeared. Please, Miss Reynolds. Oh, I was only trying to help. Did you say Don was a friend of yours?
A very close friend. We went to school together. Did he come here?
Oh, yes, he did. The other night when Anne took sick. Yes, I was very ill, and he came to see me.
How long did he stay?
Please, Mr. O'Connor. I've answered all those questions before for the police. That's right, Mr. O'Connor. Anne is very nervous and should be left alone.
Did you send for Don?
Yes, she did. Yes, I sent for him. I was very ill. The last I saw of him was when the doctor sent him out to have the prescription filled.
What was the doctor's name, Miss Novna?
I don't remember. He was one of the guests that night at the ball.
Of course, you haven't seen him since.
No.
Then you recovered from your illness without using the medicine.
Well, no, Sure she did. Here it is.
Oh, then Don did bring the medicine back. Is that correct, Miss Novna?
I told you before he didn't come back. I'm not going to answer any more questions. Please leave me alone. How can you be so heartless at a time like this?
I'm sorry, Miss Novna.
I understand. I'll write Don's sister and tell her how bravely you're bearing up. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Well, I have to chalk up one for you. You did get here first.
You were a long time arriving. Say, what do you think of Anne?
Yeah, she thinks she's very clever.
And you really believe she's in this thing?
Sure, up to her neck.
You're counting me in on this.
Well,
I did wrangle a lot of information from her, didn't I?
you had her going a bit.
Yes, and I can keep her going till we find Carrington. What do you say?
I can't get rid of you. Is that it?
Then I'm on?
Under one condition.
What is that?
That from now on, you're taking orders from me.
Uh-huh.
I think you and I better find a quiet little place somewhere and reason this thing out.
I like this assignment, especially the quiet little place.
Taxi? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to pay our friend Dr. E.G. Matthews a visit.
He been washing window.
I didn't order my windows washed.
Yeah, he been window washer.
Who sent you here?
My boss, he been window washing company.
You come to the wrong address.
No. My boss, he say go wash dirty window. You got dirty window. I been window washer.
Okay, you dumb cluck. Then wash it in your own time. I didn't order it, and I won't pay for it. Always careful about burglars.
What would burglars want in this dump? It's cops he's worried about.
It is a dingy little hole you have here, Doctor.
It suits my purpose, Mr. Barradine.
It gives me the creeps. Swell place for a killing. What I mean is, I bet the doc's done plenty of killing here at that.
Only in my professional capacity.
That's your call, boss.
Hello? Yes, speaking. Yes, I understand. Where are you phoning from, Skipper? Oh, the Blue Goose Cafe. Very well, wait for us. We will join you there about 11. Yes, goodbye. But it tells me you do not want to go on the ship, Doctor.
Well, now, Mr. Barradine, that wasn't in our agreement.
Don't worry about our agreement, Doctor. Our patient may need medical attention. You will go aboard with us tonight.
Yeah, and you'll like it, see?
Now, about your fee, Doctor.
Yes, it was about time you were coming to that.
Where's the liquor, Doc?
In the bottom drawer of my desk.
Suffering catfish. The doc has croaked another patient. Hey, Doc, how'd you come to croak that guy in there? Was it pills or powders?
Croak what guy?
That stiff in there on the table.
That's no stiff. That's an articulated skeleton. I've had it for years.
He's no skeleton. He's got meat on him. Betty. Listen, I know a skeleton when I see one. I saw his hand drop from the table. Look, I'm all duck bumps.
Oh, come on. There. What did I tell you?
It was the ghost of one of your own victims you saw, Betty.
I dare say you've turned a lot of people into ghosts.
Yeah, but I'm turning over a new leaf.
Come on, Betty. We have an appointment at the Blue Goose Cafe.
Who is it? Hello there.
Hello, kid.
Any news?
Yeah, plenty. I think I found the men we want. Listen, they hang out at the Blue Goose Cafe. It's a little joint on East Street down by the wharf.
I think I know the place.
Yeah, I want you to go down there and cover it for me. The doctor saw me in his office today. He's with them, and he's liable to recognize me.
What do they look like?
Well, the head man is Barrady. About 5 feet 11, dark complexion, thin, straggly mustache. With him is a thug in a chauffeur's uniform. Name's Bertie. Doctor's about 5 feet 4, mean, shriveled face.
Swell.
Go down and see what you can pick up, and phone me here if you find out anything, will you?
Okay, Chief.
And never mind the chief. Hey, wait a minute. That outfit's a dead giveaway. See if you can't pick up some old clothes. You know, kind of worn.
Right, Chief.
Ain't right, see?
I know that, but you can tell.
You said so.
Well, I'm glad that's over. I could hardly hear myself think.
Will you have all the cargo aboard by midnight, Skipper?
Maybe not till 1 or 2 o'clock, but we gotta sail with the tide.
What, you need a tide to float that scow?
L.A. Queen ain't no scow. She's good ship.
You're good enough for our purpose.
Operator, will you please get York 1131?
Hello?
Hello, Alan? They showed up all right. I couldn't miss them. Your description was perfect.
Yeah, what'd you find out?
They're operating off a boat called the Malay Queen. That's all I could get.
Oh, that's fine. I'll call Captain Leeds and tell him to stand by in case of trouble. We're going aboard the Malay Queen. I'll meet you at the wharf as soon as I get us some old clothes. Yeah, right.
Where am I? Where are we going?
It's all right, my dear. We're taking you to say goodbye to your friend, Lieutenant Carrington.
But I don't want to see him again. I don't want him to know what I did to him.
No, he will never know. We will see to that. We'll go aboard.
Get rid of this car. It's hot.
You think not?
All in your gangplank.
Aye, aye, sir.
Green light.
What time is it?
What are you doing here?
Go in now, go
Hey, Lamson. Who is it? It's Franco down the hole. Come here.
in. Go away.
Come on, get up. Hey, here's a mug I found down here. He's plaster. What are you doing aboard this ship?
Yeah, like you are. Yeah, how about a little drink?
I said, what are you doing here?
Take your orders to be on board at 8 o'clock.
Who gave you the order?
Take or sleep.
Listen, sailor, before I throw you overboard, who gave you those orders?
Mate, he been good fella. I buy him 2 drinks.
I'm the mate. You didn't sign aboard this crate.
You can't fool me. I signed for Pacific Queen, and here I stay.
Listen, Mug, you're on the wrong skip. This is the Malay Queen.
Hey, want to go to sleep. What'll I do with him?
I'll leave him here to sleep it off. We'll find plenty for him to do.
Good work. I almost got a jag on watching you.
Keep under cover. Hide in that lifeboat we found up there. I'm going to see what I can find out. Watch yourself.
This way.
I can't.
You'll soon be feeling better, my dear. A little cigar is just what you need.
I'm all right. I still don't understand why I fell asleep in the car. Look at those lights on the pier. They're moving away from us.
Of course, the boat's pulling out, my dear. I'm giving you a little pleasure cruise.
You told me the boat was sailing tomorrow. You lied. Well, I'm not going any further in this thing. You've got to put me ashore.
Listen. Carrington's training in the Navy has hardened him to a contempt for personal danger. He laughs at pain. He has no fear of death. His only weakness is his love for you.
Well, I'm not going to lie to him anymore.
All you have to do is make him think you're captured. That's true, isn't it? Come on. Revive him, Doctor.
What have you done to him?
We've been questioning him, that's all.
You devil.
What did you expect us to do? Plead with him on bended knees?
Bobbie. I found him.
Carrington?
Yes. He's in the cabin on the deck below.
What do we do now? We can't fight the whole ship.
I don't intend to. We've got to get help. Here. But you take this and stay where you are till I come and get you.
Oh, I don't want to stay in this old boat. It smells musty.
Yeah, well, so will you if they find you. What are you laughing at?
Oh, you look so funny in that mustache.
You keep quiet and stay put.
What are you doing? Close the door, Bobbie.
Keep those 2 guys covered, will you?
Radio message for the captain, sir.
Very good. Connor's found Carrington.
Well, that's great.
Aboard a tramp freighter, Malay Queen. Need help.
Does he give the freighter's position, sir?
I know. He'd hardly have a chance to get that. Coasting south by southeast. Difficult hunting on a night like this. But hunt we must.
All right, but if you need me, sing out.
Cover up and keep quiet.
You better take this.
I won't need it. You keep it, but don't use it unless you have to. Cover up, cover up.
We are ready to begin, Carrington. Are you ready to talk?
No, he won't talk. Oh, boy, is them things sharp. It's going to be just too bad if your boyfriend don't come across, miss.
I sympathize with you, Carrington. You are in a nasty spot. But I want that formula, and I'm going to get it. You know the exquisite agony Betty can cause this poor girl.
Don't tell them. No matter what they do to me, don't tell them.
Betty.
No, don't.
What is that? Holy mackerel, the ship's on fire. Come on, let's get out of here. Hey, who did that?
Better let me take her, Carrington. You're a bit shaky. Out that door to the left.
Hey, where's the fire?
Below deck somewhere.
You hear them shots?
Yeah, they're below deck, too. Come on, let's go.
Find them.
No. Maybe they're hiding cargo in the hold.
All right, what are you doing about it?
I got men down there looking.
You should be down there yourself, then.
No sign of the freighter, sir. Better throw in your searchlight again. Now, searchlight.
flares at starboard side.
Looks like flares. Who set them off?
Better go and call the old man.
There's a bright light off the port bow, sir.
What is it, sir? Flares. Looks like a signal for help.
You suppose it's the freighter, sir?
Might be. We better have a look. Change your course. Think for full speed.
Yes, sir.
Did you see the fireworks?
Yes, was that your work?
Uh-huh.
Good girl. Listen, get back to the lifeboat. Carrington and the girl are there. Give him the gun and stay there till I show up.
But what's going to happen to you?
I've got to stay here and keep these fellas in the locker. Now do as I tell you. No argument. Straight to the lifeboat. Promise?
I promise.
There they are in that locker. Well, I'll be. What are you doing in there?
That's what we'd like to know.
That's what I've got, boys. Keep your hands in sight, both of you.
Holy mackerel. A day.
Where'd you come from, sister?
Never mind that. I want you to change your course and steer for that searchlight. And don't think I'm afraid to use this gun because I'm not.
I think the woman means it.
Bet your life I do.
Look behind you, sister.
I've heard that gag before, sailor. Come on, I mean business. Oh! You better look behind you, mister.
I've heard that gag before, too.
Get it, Alan.
Get your hands off that gun. What do we do with this square? What did I tell you about that guy?
There's a lady with him.
Yeah, and a swell looker. He's going to pass out in good company.
Girl is trying to make us change our course. Steer for that searchlight.
Why did she want them to do that?
Because that searchlight's on the bow of a Navy vessel. You take my advice, Skipper, you'll heave too.
Yeah, if you take my advice, boss, you'll heave 2 skips overboard before you heave 2.
That's just what we're going to do.
Hear that, Skipper? She's firing across your bows. You know what that means. You're fighting the United States Navy now.
By golly, that's right.
They know we're aboard the Malay Queen. We're missing, you'll be held for murder. An abduction is bad enough, but a killing on your ship is something else again.
He's right.
You took the same chance we did. If we go up for a stretch, you will also.
You'll go up for a stretch in any event, Skipper. But you don't want your neck stretched, do you?
You bet I don't.
Well, then disarm these men.
Hey, where do you get that stuff? Where's those guns?
Don't let Carrington know what Anna Novna did to him.
The girl must be punished.
She has been punished, Captain. She's dead.
A radio message for you, Mr. O'Connor.
Thank you. Listen. Federal operative Bobbie Reynolds missing. Stop. Fear she has been kidnapped. Stop. Advise. Dietrich.
Any reply, sir?
Yes. Commissioner Dietrich, Federal Building, Los Angeles. Don't worry. If Bobbie Reynolds kidnapped, kidnappers will bring her back. Signed, O'Connor.
Very good, sir.
Well, how did you like your vacation?
I dang win the washer.
Yeah.